It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about some hot, messy topics up in this. But before we do, you guys know how this works. Do all the YouTube things, smash that like button, show some love, and let's welcome Jason.
Happy
Hello.
Friday. Happy Friday. So ready for the weekend. I'm ready for vacation.
Guys, Murray, thank you. Happy anniversary, Adam and Jason.
Thank you, Murray.
Yeah, it's our anniversary.
A decade of fun and adventure.
A decade of fun and adventure.
This has to go on a podcast too, so maybe the singing is no.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. We have a lot to talk about, but yes, it's our anniversary. So Jason and I are going out tonight to eat some chicken livers and some frog legs. And
Pass. That's going to be a pass.
No?
That's going to be a pass. Yeah.
No chicken livers?
No, I'll make the reservation. How about that?
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we have a lot to discuss, from Vanderpump Rules to OC to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Jason, I'm going to start with you. Where do we begin?
I think, as always, just because this has been the last week of Vanderpump Rules for a while before they pick up cameras in another month, we should start there.
Oh, this is me right now. Okay. Oof. So, all right, guys, with over 100 in the room, smash that like button, show some love. You want to start on Vanderpump Rules. Jason, I also agree with you because there's a lot that's happening in Vanderpump Rules right now, or at least on Vanderpump Rules. And what's interesting is that the cast, they're all in LA, except for Ariana, who is now going to New York City to go to the governor's ball. But while they're all showing up at LAX, it seems like TMZ caught up with them. Let's just take a look and see what they've been saying.
Oh, Lord.
Here's Ariana first.
Okay.
She seems really hurt by her own actions. Do you feel for her a little bit, even?
Sure, yeah.
You do? There's a little bit of okay.
But she feels bad for her.
Look, Tom and Raquel say they're still in love. Do you believe that? No. How are you doing? Otherwise, you're all right? All right, should Tom and Raquel be in the next season?
So she's pretty much saying, I don't know. Do I feel bad for her? Yes, I feel bad for her. But this is something that, Jason, I've called for a while now, saying that what's going to happen here is that the tides are going to turn and fans are going to start feeling bad for Raquel, especially after her last 5 minutes on the show where she's crying. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I think everyone was reading into this clip very differently, okay? Because we see a lot of people are saying, oh, now Ariana feels bad for Raquel. I don't think that's kind of how it came off. To me, it's like, yeah, I feel bad for her. She's, like, I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her as a person. I don't think it was like, I feel bad for Raquel. So I don't think she's changing her tune at any point right now.
Okay. All right. Well, then what about this clip?
Raquel deserves everything coming to her, but she went to a mental health, institute afterwards, right, supposedly. So, with that hindsight, you go, I don't know, she's awful, but maybe we shouldn't have gone to her level, almost.
So in the moment when we, during the reunion, I felt after I left, I felt dirty. After watching last night, when she finally had the breakdown, just as a human, it was like, if this is, because for me, it's a reality TV show. I feel like we're all kind of playing the same game.
Yeah.
When I watched that, I was like, oh, we may be dealing with someone who maybe shouldn't be on this kind of platform.
You think that maybe reality TV and this spotlight on her for a very bad thing is actually harmful to her mental health? And
I don't think that, it can be bad. And you have to know that when you're on a show like this, you make bad decisions. These are things that kind of happen, especially when you're throwing daggers at people while you're doing something like that. You're going to get the smoke. But she definitely, I don't know how other people feel about the last 5 minutes, but I did sit there and go, oh, shit.
When she broke down.
Yeah, she needs some real help, and I hope that she got it.
How does she go forward, continuing to shoot on the show with everything that's happened and then everything that's personally happened, with her having to go to a mental health retreat? How does she go on and keep I'm sure you guys will keep coming at her during the new season.
I don't know. There's been a lot of time that it's like kind of, I feel like time has passed. I can't answer that for her. I think she needs to isolate and really reflect on what she wants out of life. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it was like not a great thing, but you can come back from this. You know, I just want her to do what's best for her, whether it's on the show or not.
It sounds like you're more empathetic, less sort of like angry.
Am I empathetic?
Which sounds like it.
I don't know. I was feeling all sorts of things last night. I think only she can make the call.
So you're happy to film with her again?
If it made sense, you know, we were never really friends. But if she were to come into the mix again, I would most certainly not be. I wouldn't ice her out. I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't be so friendly. You have to remember, even before this, I didn't really dig her.
Right.
So I'm sure it would just be like, hey, how you doing? Because
the show's never been hotter. So surely this upcoming season, which you're starting to film soon, is going to be primarily about the same sort of thing. And do you think that maybe you would like not be as angry at her? Like maybe you'd be a bit more sort of like helping her through this, even though she's the villain.
I don't know that I would help her. I don't think that I don't think that my credentials would be. She needs someone with like a PhD.
Right.
Not Lala Kent from Utah.
Okay.
I mean, I hate
Lala
to
Kent from
say it.
Utah.
Not Lala Kent, who was at the reunion pointing fingers and very loud and vocal, all of the sudden having a change of heart.
I mean, she obviously
But like
did.
we all make mistakes. Yeah, you did. The whole cast did. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, and I agreed with Lala that this was a very different affair. This was a very different cheating scandal. This was a very different thing than what everyone had gone through before. But now the change of tune sounds like someone signed their contract and someone has to film with someone else. That's what it sounds like. Or moving forward in season 11, because of the alleged mental health issues that Raquel might have, I need to tone it back so I don't come off like a bully, because that's how I'm going to be looked at in the next season. That's how it comes off to me.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, it does come off that way. It comes off like this is a lot of covering your own ass. But at the end of the day, I think that fans will look at Raquel with a new perspective after this. And I think that Raquel, based off of what I said to Jamie Lynn when I had her on for the Vanderpump Rules recap, I think Raquel is going to come out of this as a victim. I think that she is going to be able to say, I was manipulated. This guy, he told me all of the things. He made me feel special. And she is going to somehow be able to work her way back into the group. He's going to be the one who's on the outs, not her.
I have to agree with you too, because after watching Tom and the way he is and how he laughs at things and ignores things and really is so narcissistic, I could see that. I can see that. But, you know, it's funny. You know, as Sandy just said in the chat, a lot of time has passed since this. And everyone has won. Everyone's gotten something, right? Lala has a new house because of her Send It to Daryl merch. Ariana is on the top of the world. I mean, I think is even too busy to hang out with some of the group, right? So like, they're busy. They're busy. They're thriving. So at this point, it's time to let it go for sure. But like, it's just funny. It's funny because we all knew this was going to happen, just like we all knew there was going to be no big reveal, right?
Right. No. But I mean, honestly, though, Jason, there was a big reveal that I wanted to talk to you about because this still really counts. The Vanderpump Villa. It was ordered at Hulu following Vanderpump Rules #Scandal Drama. And now, thank you to Variety for giving us the first. There will be 10 episodes of this new Vanderpump Rules spinoff coming out. Jason, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think we disagree on this. I'm not sure. I think this is fantastic. I think this is an opportunity because you see, and I said this in our members only live. We talked about this very much yesterday in our members only live. I feel like Lisa, with all the Vanderpump Rules drama, has she's like a backdrop now. It is her show. It's been successful because of her and everyone on the show. But I feel like she needs a different place to be like that matriarch that, you know, we used to watch because we used to see how they would act and react when Lisa came into certain situations. And now she's kind of like just there. And I feel like she does need a different show to showcase everything else she has going on. I think it's going to be great. And it is an opportunity for her to step away from NBC Bravo and test the waters with a different network.
Yeah, but I also don't feel like, we were talking about this morning, and if this new show is going to follow a staff at a French countryside villa of hers, we're not going to be able to get invested the same way with the staff like we did at Vanderpump Rules. Like, this will not be the same show. It won't be the same success for sure.
I don't know. Ask the Kardashians. They also left the NBC umbrella to go over to the ABC, Disney, Hulu thing, and they're doing just fine.
Same thing.
I think it's not what, Adam, it's how. How will Hulu and this production be different than what Vanderpump Rules has done? If they can hit something really good, I think people might want to watch. But I'm not sure.
I mean, that is very hopeful of you.
Well, that Lisa has a lot of experience in the south of France. She did have restaurants there. She did design a lot of things down there, even with yachts and stuff. So I think that, it will be interesting to see that side. Her also, where she gets her Vanderpump Rosé, I think that might be kind of intertwined with the show as well.
It almost makes me wonder, though, why, if you were going to make another successful show, you would make Vanderpump Rules, right? But you would make it at a different location. You know what kind of sucks is, had she have jumped on this when Tom first opened, it would have been the perfect place. But what people totally forget all the time, and when we talk to people, they don't realize, when I was talking to Jamie Lynn yesterday, and she was talking about them potentially filming the opening of one of her restaurants, right? She said that they would have to film 2 separate openings because we, of course, know if they film an opening of a restaurant or a show or a premiere, all of the music goes down, all of the lights go up, the cameras, the audio has to be able to cover everything. So you're pretending while you're filming like you're at this big opening, but really it's like radio silence because they need to catch everything, and then they just add music on after. So
it's so weird.
Yeah. Well, and when we were talking to Pandora when we were first opening Tom, she said they will always keep the show at Sir. The show will not be coming to Tom because it always affects business. And now looking back, I see what she was talking about.
100%. Even when I was running Pump and we would have to film Beverly Hills or a scene from Vanderpump Rules, and they would have to go over and over again, I would really push production to try to be there and be finished by a good amount of time because we had dinner service, and then that trickles over and people are there for the environment, the ambiance, and everything else that we cannot provide if there are cameras and people yelling at each other, with profanity. It's really hard to manage a situation. And with a brand new restaurant like Tom and a hot spot in West Hollywood, I totally understand that. I just hope that the new Hulu show doesn't become similar to what Overserved was, because I was very excited for Overserved.
I thought about that.
But I think that Overserved was done during the pandemic time, and there wasn't a lot of option. You couldn't have a big crew, and it's very different. So I think if the money is there, and like I said, it's not what, it's how. If they provide the how, they do it the right way, it could be successful, and it could be an opportunity for her to move away from Bravo.
I mean, we shall see. However, at the end of the day, I just don't know. But speaking of Vanderpump Rules and all of this, well, Sheena has had Lala Kent recently on Shenanigans, and she spoke a little bit about some of this, and I wanted to just kind of bring up a clip.
Okay.
The LA Times story come about. I know if we watch the documentary, people see that this has been in the works for a couple years now.
I was told his name started getting thrown around to them in 2017. So for anyone to say that I did this, after I left the relationship is when the flood of information, and I started going through my DMs, I started contacting assistants, anyone who would have seen Randall behind the scenes and who he really is. Not what I knew, who he really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in touch with one of his assistants, and he said, I just want to let you know that the LA Times is working on an article about him right now. And
wow.
I think a few days later is when I got a message that said, it's so-and-so from the LA Times, or can you talk?
How did the LA Times...
Which was wild, but there's more.
How many assistants would you say he went through in the course of your relationship?
Oh, I lost count.
Wow.
In fact, when the last one left and he brought on this other kid, I said, I'm not putting his number in my phone. I'm saving him as assistant because I refuse to get attached to another assistant because they became like my friends.
Well, yeah, the amount of numbers I have in my phone, Randall assistant. I'm like, oh, that's a new one this week.
I went back into my phone when the relationship went south and I needed to contact these people. I just typed in assistant and there was a list of 45.
Yeah. How many assistants would you say?
How many of Randall's assistants are calling Sheena? That's funny.
I mean, how many Shayleys are there?
There's one.
There's one Shayley. Thank God. Shaylee, there is no LA Times
She's
article
stuck.
coming out over here.
She's stuck.
Shaylee, you are stuck, girl.
Shaylee's stuck, yeah.
I mean, okay, so at the end of the day, guys, with Vanderpump Rules and all of it, as you can see, Lala and Ariana are offering a different point of view when it comes to Raquel, but I feel like we should take that at face value and see what happens when we actually pick the cameras back up. But then also Vanderpump Villa is 100% greenlit, so we do have a new Vanderpump spinoff. Now, I feel like we've covered the whole entire spectrum in the first 18 minutes of this hot, messy topics of Vanderpump Rules. Can we please
Yes. I do have to say, though, moving forward, I'm actually kind of excited for season 11. I kind of, on the after party, said that, you left us like this, and I don't feel like, empty promises again in reunions, but I wasn't really looking forward to season 11. Now I would be interested to see how you could work in Raquel and if they are able to reach a level of forgiveness and to show a little bit of vulnerability of like, just this cast is not, very forgiving in the moment, but eventually they all kind of, time heals everything. But we also we've heard that there is another Vanderpump spinoff kind of being shopped around. A lot of people, there was some blind item that went out that said Stassi was going to produce this show. I don't think it's Stassi, but I think something else is being shopped around from what I've heard. So we'll wait and see.
If you want to do a shop around and talk about things that we've heard, to be fair, guys, it sounds
go down
like
the list.
the cast is not so thrilled with Ariana anymore. So you can sit on that one. Jason
I told you this was going to happen.
Jason knows exactly what's going on. I've told Jason. Jason, and did I not guess that this would happen? What I'm talking about?
I said it would happen too. See, here's the thing: is with this, Ariana is the victim of this, and she is, and rightfully so. She should be making her money doing what she has been doing. A lot of opportunities are now being presented to her, which she should say yes to, and she is saying yes to all of them. But the thing is, she's becoming so busy. I think there might be some jealousy in the next season of Ariana is on top of the world. I supported this girl. Now she's too busy for me. Season 11.
Season 11.
I don't know.
All right.
Just a thought.
Well, speaking of season 11, I think it's time to ring in season 17 of the Real Housewives of Orange County. Let's ring it in with a video, shall we?
Oh, I love these videos.
Here we go.
I love these videos today. Okay. Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Okay, so it's the morning after the first episode aired, and I thought it was really good, but I went live with Emily last night after the episode aired, and a lot of people were making comments about my nails, my white nails, because of Tom Sandoval does the white nail thing, and so everybody's trying to cancel the white nails. And I have news for you. No. And I'll tell you why. He's taken too much from all of us already. So he can't have this. So let's just say, let's kick him out. You know what? You can't do this anymore, but I can. I need this. I love them. Need to be able to go into the nail salon and say, just fresh white. Thank you. Sorry, Tom, but no, you can't have that.
No, she's late to the game, girl. We've seen videos like this already. Sorry. What did you think about Real Housewives of OC?
I mean, where do you want me to begin?
Well, I want to say that I think we might have potential here, because something I think we pointed out in the members only live was Tamara being back, and there was the whole pickleball scenario and scene with Gina, when Tamara and Heather are talking, the way they talk to each other and carry a conversation and know the camera is there, that is an OG kind of like vet thing. They know. It's almost like they drowned Gina out during that scene. And even when Shannon showed up and, Shannon's right behind Tamara, like they know how to play this up. So we might have an okay season of OC. I think there's potential. I really do.
I mean, I'm hoping so because
OGs
honestly,
interacting with OGs.
With Jersey disappearing and a few other shows disappearing, like I feel like at this point, that's exactly what we need, but we actually don't know. Now, Tamara was after the premiere episode. She was featured on Watch What Happens Live. That got over 1 million viewers. It was a big deal, but she was not the big focus, which Jason and I, and a lot of people on Twitter, because I saw, were wondering, did this bother her? Now, she was explaining some tea from being on Watch What Happens Live with Lala, but she was also giving us her opinions on the taglines. Hold on.
Did Lala tell you anything off air?
No, the only thing that I do know is they're going to start filming like in a couple weeks.
Which
I got a little softer side of Lala about, we had a conversation about Raquel. We did call her Rachel. And I said, I worry about her mental health. I said, I feel bad for her. She goes, I do too. I'm starting to feel bad.
I think Tom goes above and beyond. Like when he said the t-shirt comment, it made me feel sick.
I know.
Did Lala tell you anything off air?
Oh. Wait, hold on. And it gets better. If you guys want to know about the Real Housewives of Orange County taglines, she spoke about that too. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh my God. I knew that this was an option and I didn't really want it because Dorinda had said, she's been saying forever, I'm on pause. And so I'm like, I don't know if that's a great one because, and of course, guess what happened?
What happened?
Dorinda gave me the text.
No, what did she say?
She's like, that's my tagline. I live my life in HD, sharp, bright, and more focused than ever. I like that one.
I thought it was cute. In Orange County, I call the shots and it's always tequila.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
If you want to waste my time, at least hand me a taco. I don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. What does the taco mean?
The difference between my past and my present, well, that's just apples and oranges.
Well, you don't get it because she's from New York. My core may be strong, but my resilience is stronger. That I think it's good considering I know what's coming up. Oh my God. I knew that this.
Okay. So what is she saying, that hers is the best? Is that what she's trying to say here?
She's saying hers is the best. But if you watch this season of the Real Housewives of Orange County and Tamara Judge, we have all of our eggs in this fucking basket that I'm hoping that she does not disappoint. Tamara, everything rides on you. So if this season is fucked up, it's your fault.
And I don't know if it necessarily rides on her or if they're expecting because every action has a reaction, right? So throw Tamara in there. Maybe you see Shannon and Heather and all the other women act a little differently, and maybe that will bring us a better show. So yeah, it does ride on her, but it doesn't. I think that the other ladies need to interact, and we've already seen scenes with Tamara and Shannon and Tamara and Heather, and you can just tell they are so well versed in the housewife world. So I'm hoping for a great season. I really I like Orange County. If you want a good tagline, you can take any of Bethany's or Lisa Vanderpump's, but
I still think it's kind of wild that you guys don't even get to come up with your own taglines. Like, I know for sure Lisa Vanderpump, nobody came up with her like, I'm crazy about dogs, I'm just not crazy about bitches.
Adam,
and the crown is heavy, darling. So
what's your tagline? Remember we did the taglines?
Broke, broken, and bitchy. Enough about you. Now let's talk about me.
That's very good. Mine is, I might be flexible, but my patience doesn't bend.
I don't think that's grammatically correct.
Girl, that is good. Okay, that is good. That is very good. Especially, I used to be a gymnast, so that's
and you're not that flexible.
Well, not anymore. But how would you know?
Because the last time I saw your ankles over your head was never.
Okay, well, happy anniversary. We'll see what happens. All right, what else do we have to talk about?
Okay.
Speaking of Tamara, she's not letting go of this Teresa thing.
Oh my God. Can we talk about this for a second? First of all, before we get into all of it, the fact that Tamara is going in on Heather Dubrow this season and also Shannon Bedore, I think that Tamara thinks that she knows coming in that she has to come in hot. I'm hoping she comes in hot enough where it's like fun for viewers and not so hard to watch. But we'll see how this plays out. Now, Tamara and Teresa Judge.
No,
or
Tamara and Teresa Giudice.
Tamara and Teresa Giudice. Yeah, fucking A. I can't even think of their names. But for these two, this has been. Am I responsible for this?
Mm-hmm.
Am I? Because I think it's almost like part of me looks at Reality Blurb and like all of these different outlets when they come out and they're like Tamara and Teddy or Tamara and fucking Teresa are back at each other's throats, and I'm like, these bitches, like what's going on?
All you did was ask a question, and the question that you asked was,
did I facilitate this fight?
No. I think this was Teresa's opportunity to say something, right? Because you asked, what do you think about all of these other Housewives podcasts? Something to that fact, right? And then you asked about like two teas in a pod, and she's like, aren't they shit stirrers? They're shit stirrers, right? That's not what we do. Something like that. And that's what went everywhere from that whole interview, which was great. And you asked a lot of great questions. And Teresa was very open, especially about where she stands with her and her brother and her sister-in-law. That is the one thing people took and ran with, and especially Tamara and Teddy. And I have to say, just really quickly, I know, sometimes we love to like bag on them. I do. For them to be sitting in wherever they're sitting and whatever audio they're using and just doing a show, it's very entertaining. Two teas in a pod. I have to say.
They're very entertaining.
Very entertaining.
Very entertaining. But there is some shit that we have to go over. Like Tamara slamming Teresa. Hold on, let's just get into it for 2 seconds because I'm going to talk about what happened. We watched the reunion together, right? And remember when we weren't understanding the phone call and like Teddy being God fuck.
You get away from these T names.
It's
Teresa, Teddy, Tamara.
With Teresa receiving a phone call and she's like, oh my God, look at this. Andy, Margaret just called me 2 times. And it's like, Rachel Fuda was like, that's because Louie's in the back and he's watching this. Well, Tamara called out Teresa and Louie saying that she feels like these phone calls were fake. And she said, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Teresa was texting right before this even came out. So I'm not buying shit. Now, this is part 1 of their feud, but what are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this whole texting situation. I know there are abilities and hacks and apps and stuff for everything. And a lot of people have sent in, emails and comments and stuff about that because I said, I think on last Hot Messy Topics or maybe, the after party of Jersey we were doing. And I'm like, this just it just doesn't add up. Something is like weird here. Coincidentally, she got a phone call from Joe Giudice right before the reunion started. I mean, I don't know. But when Tamara starts shit, it's funny. But I do stand by what Teresa said. Sometimes Tamara and Teddy are shit stirrers.
I mean, they're definitely shit
in the best way. Like every time they stir shit, I listen to the podcast.
Tamara and Teddy too, like they're so funny because Teddy has no problem calling me out on everything. And even Tamara, and I love Tamara, but they're both such like, they're so ridiculous. Like when Teddy calls me out and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to, you know what? At this point, I'm more so like my mindset is like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm taking accountability. I think that you act like an asshole on your podcast, and you do. And people fight back and they call you an asshole and you get very upset. Well, as the accountability coach with no fucking accountability.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, maybe let's take a little bit of accountability. That's all I'm saying is because for Teddy, honestly, for the longest time, with Teddy and Tamara, and this is the only reason I'm saying it, is because every time something came out where we had Teresa on or somebody was on or we made a story about Lisa
I'm
Vanderpump,
sure you're going to get a text right after this.
I'm saying they are the first 2 people to send me a message at every fucking time. And then they're the first people to also be like, this is hypocrisy. You're making us look bad. And
I know, but at the same time, Teddy will text you and be like, yeah, I agree with what you said.
No,
and then you guys have a
Teddy
different
will text me and
conversation.
say-
It's so crazy.
Teddy
Like,
texts me and says everything except for I am an asshole, which is the only accountability she needs to take. It is
she's
fine
not an
that you're an
asshole.
asshole. Teddy, you're an asshole. You're an asshole because you make money being an asshole. That is fine. You are just an asshole. That's okay. Like Lisa Vanderpump told you this 6 seasons ago. You should have just listened to her, embraced it, made your money, cut out the fucking accountability, and just let people do what they want. They want to eat a fucking hot dog? Let them eat a hot dog. Because it doesn't matter what you're saying, because you're not the one who's going out there doing the work. You're getting liposuction anyways, or whatever the fuck you do. So who really gives a shit? You're not
Ozempic.
here to preach accountability, preach fucking 2 T's in a pod. Give us some gossip.
Hey, I love 2 T's in a pod. I'm sorry.
No, me too.
I have to say, I really love it. I think we differ in that. I don't always agree. I never agree with them, actually. Like maybe 1% of the time, but I love listening to it.
Yeah. Catherine, she is let Adam speak, and Ebony Dix said, Adam, tell them to DM me and I will tell her something. Go ahead, Adam. Read that fetch queen. Listen, my thing is too, I'm not sitting here trying to read Teddy. I'm saying with Teddy and Tamara, I love Tamara. I think Teddy's a fool. That's when it comes to reality TV. I don't think she's a fool as a mother or as a friend. I don't know her in that capacity. I think that she's annoying on reality TV. Really, really awful, awful, shitty television. That's fine. For Tamara, I think that she's really great television and she's a disaster, but in the best way that we enjoy watching. And so, and having
she knows what she's doing. Tamara is definitely like has enough experience doing this where she knows exactly what to do and what will make a good scene, what will make a good, you know what I mean?
You said that too. Watching her on the premiere, you said that with her and Heather Dubrow when we were watching her with Gina, because you were like, they really know what they're doing.
Bad news for Gina, I have to say, because sitting there watching them talk, like seeing Tamara and Heather, just how they are, how they're like reacting with each other and having the conversation, they carry a conversation. You only need 2 people. Every time that Gina tried to chime in, I was like, don't interrupt this. You know, they know what they're doing and we're into it, you know?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Well, and also, guys, I know everyone's like over here in the live chat too, cheering me on, saying, yes, Adam, go on. I'm not doing this to rip her apart. Again, let me take that
said,
back.
don't be her. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to, I don't have to rip Teddy apart. She can just open her mouth on her
She can do it for
podcast and she
herself,
does it for herself.
Exactly.
Okay. But since we're talking about all of this, I wanted to bring up a few things that's going on with the Real Housewives of New Jersey, because there are some things and it's not cute. Obviously, we know that all of these text messages came out with Jacqueline Larita and Jackie Goldschneider. Melissa ended up revealing them. Jason, we talked about them, right?
Yeah.
Well, after she revealed them, Jackie was like, wait, what the fuck? Dolores has also said some shit about you, Teresa. So let's talk about that.
Oh, yikes.
I love Dolores, and this was to Jacqueline Larita. I love Dolores, but she's so far up Teresa's ass. Yes, she says things behind her back, but definitely not to her face.
I mean, I believe that.
I mean, I believe it
You know?
too. But also, when it comes to Teresa and Louis, well, there's a lot of red flags.
No shit.
Lots. Louis' ex recently filed a restraining order against him. However, if you go over to allabouttherealhousewives.com, they actually ended up sharing an article calling it Louis' ex exposed history of alleged stalking, harassment, and framing exes and forcing exes to file orders of protection. Now, when I saw this article from All About the Real Housewives, I was like, oh, because they love Teresa, that they're always just trying to make her look better, right?
Right.
And you
I
can
mean,
see the
I'm
article,
not
right?
too invested, but yes.
Now look at the details and the evidence. Are you ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, 4. More. Oh, now text. Oh, now we have personal files.
Oh my God.
More texts. More. It keeps going.
Lord have mercy.
More text messages. This doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. I mean, it doesn't, honestly, it doesn't take a genius to see that there are red flags.
Yeah.
Like,
guys, we don't know who's coming
hardcore.
back or not coming back for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. You know what's so funny is at this point, so many people keep asking us, like, as if Jason and I know. As if we know. Like, you know what? We just spoke to NBC. Margaret, that bitch is out. Actually, Margaret, that bitch is in. We don't know anything, you guys. We have no knowledge of this. We will,
and that's why they keep the cast in the dark on a lot of things too. Like, when they throw you a contract, hey, we're filming in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
be there or be square. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they have no idea sometimes. So it's.
But I think that they throw the contract too because Kenya Moore has a great relationship with Love B. Scott. Everything gets leaked. You know, like if you go to Beverly Hills, like we know. Don't get me started.
Lisa Rinna.
Vanderpump Rules, RHONJ. Like we know that everyone
but
has
also
their person.
TV Deets put out an Instagram story or something and brought up a very, very good point. It's like, now that Lisa Rinna's off the show, we haven't heard one leak about the new season.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Jason, can I ask you a question really quick?
Yes.
When it comes to the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa or Melissa, and why?
Both. Or you don't have a show. I'm not really sure where I would go with this. I like Melissa and I like Teresa, and we always get, or I always get backlash. I'm like, oh, Jason, you're team Teresa, you're team Melissa. And Adam always gets the comments on his videos, oh, you're biased against this person or you're biased against that person. But I just don't know what to do and who you would put. I don't know what you would do with the show. Like, what would drive the show besides these two? I'm sick of the story. I'm sick of the storyline. I'm sick of the feud between, Joe and Melissa and Teresa. But at the same time, like, what do we have? Caroline Manzo, Jacqueline Larita, or Dina Manz? Someone's going to come save the show? I don't think so. You know what I mean? You brought on the new girls. I thought they had a great season for, being their first season on the show, their premiere season. Both Rachel and Danielle did fabulous. Where do you go from here, though? So I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I like them both. I think they, I think they're both ridiculous, but I like them both.
Can I say something really quick?
You can do whatever you want. It's your show.
If you were a Bravo celebrity in my eyes, because I love you so much.
Ew. Okay. I do not look like Big Ed or Randall. I don't look like that. And I do not look like this. A bad day after some drinks and sun, I might look like this, but not like that. And hell no. No.
Are you saying none of those?
No, I would never. No, I would never. First of all.
Well, then this is me because I don't know what's going on.
That is you. That is you.
Okay, girl. And this
except
is
without the French manicure.
Bye wig. Bye wig. Mm-hmm. And that's
we're at the Adam show today.
That's for you too, Shaylee.
Okay.
All right. No, but seriously, guys, thank you so much for another amazing hot, messy topics. Honestly, the topics were a little bit limited today, but one of the things that I was so excited to talk to you guys about was probably the fact that it's not conspiracy theory anymore when it comes to a Vanderpump spinoff. We actually have a Vanderpump spinoff in the works, and it is greenlit by Hulu.
Well, it's not really a spinoff because it's not a spinoff on the show or with the same network.
No, it's a Vanderpump spinoff in the sense that it's under her umbrella of more shows. It's not 100%. A Vanderpump Rules spinoff. I get that. And
someone else is working on a Vanderpump spinoff.
Oh my God, can we say that?
No, we cannot say, but
oh
we
my
cannot.
God, I'm going to say
but
it.
The producer is not Stassi.
This
producer is not Stassi. You're not saying it, Adam.
Really quick, guys. All right, no. Guess however you guys want to guess. Marisol, I'm going to leave you guys with this because I think it's so funny.
We also missed some super chats, Adam.
Oh, did I? Thank you guys for being on today and making my recovery more enjoyable by making me laugh. Though the anesthesia and other drugs have me loopy. LOL. Oh, well, I hope you're as loopy as ever. Ebony Dix, we all believe that
Fast
tweet.
recovery.
But
Marisol.
does Dolores, yes. I mean, yes, that's what I meant by loopy. Love it when Adam rants, and I want to hear you swear. It's just Jason. On another note, I thought that Tamara can't speak on OC. Well, apparently she freaking can. Ebony Dix, thank you for the super sticker. So what I was going to say really quick is, I'm going to let you guys take this for whatever you want. And I don't care if you believe it or not. There was a cast member who was fired from Vanderpump Rules.
There is a cast member
who
was
used
filed.
their own money to film the same spinoff that Bravo was hoping to do, which was Vanderpump Valley, with the cast, an OG cast, in order to move forward and not be on Vanderpump Rules anymore, but an OG Vanderpump spinoff. They filmed it with their own money and shopped it around to networks to only not get picked up yet. And this was 2.5 years ago. You guys can guess who you think that cast member who was fired, who filmed this and paid for it was. But yeah, that's a little desperate. Wait, hold on. That's shady. That's some Jason shit.
What?
Goodbye, Adam. Was it Stassi?
It's not Stassi, guys. I know there was a blind item or something that went out. It's not Stassi.
All right. All right, guys. Well, thank you to everybody for the super chat, super stickers. Thank you to everyone for the well wishes and for the guesses, but keep on guessing. Honestly, Hot Messy Topics has reined in another successful day. And thank you for joining us for members only last night. If I missed something, well, Jason, fear not, he will remind me.
We're all good. Have a great weekend, guys, and we will see you all next week.
We love you guys. Talk to you.